UK food, fake vs real, you won't believe the difference. What if I told you that the British food you think you know isn't actually what British people eat every day? From Instagram perfect fish and chips to those picture-perfect English breakfasts, today we're exposing the truth behind UK food, fake vs real. Some of it might shock you. Some of it might disappoint you. And some of it might actually surprise you in a good way. Let's get started. So now that we've talked about fish and chips, full English breakfast, and the British food is bland stereotype, it's time to dig even deeper. Because what tourists see, and what locals actually eat, still very different. Let's continue. 11. British pies, fancy or just comfort food? When people hear British pie, they imagine something straight out of a historical drama. The fake version, a perfectly baked golden pie, steam rising dramatically, served in a countryside cottage. The real version, sometimes it's from the freezer section. Steak and kidney pie, chicken and mushroom pie, cottage pie, yes, they're traditional. But many households buy pre-made pies from supermarkets because they're quick and affordable. And honestly, some of them taste pretty good. Pies in the UK are less about elegance and more about comfort. 12. Pub food, authentic or just for tourists? You've probably seen those cozy British pubs with wooden interiors and glowing fireplaces. The fake idea, every pub serves gourmet, high-quality traditional food. The real truth, some pubs are amazing. Others? Not so much. You might get an incredible Sunday roast, or you might get microwaved lasagna. It depends on the place. Pub culture is real and important in the UK, but not every meal is a masterpiece. 13. The beans on toast debate. Now this one always shocks outsiders. Beans on toast. The fake reaction, that can't be real. Oh, it's real. It's one of the simplest and most loved quick meals in the UK. Just toasted bread topped with baked beans, sometimes with cheese on top. It's cheap. It's fast. It's filling. Is it fancy? Absolutely not. But it's a comfort classic for students and busy workers. 14. Street food scene, bigger than you think. Many people imagine British food as only traditional dishes. But modern UK cities have a huge street food culture. Food trucks selling Korean fried chicken, Caribbean jerk chicken, loaded fries, artisan burgers, Turkish wraps. Especially in places like London's markets, the food scene is global. The beige food only stereotype? Completely outdated. 15. Grocery store sandwich culture. Here's something uniquely British. Meal deals. Walk into any supermarket and you'll find ready-made sandwiches, chicken mayo, egg and cress, tuna sweet corn, packaged and ready to go. Locals grab these for lunch all the time. It might not look exciting, but it's incredibly common. Tourists search for traditional meals. Locals grab a £3 meal deal and head back to work. That's real life. 16. British snacks, sweet and salty surprises. UK snack culture is strong. Crisps in unusual flavors. Chocolate bars you won't find elsewhere. Biscuits for tea breaks. While social media focuses on main meals, snacks are a big part of daily eating habits. And yes, tea breaks are real. But they're casual, not royal ceremonies. 17. Is British food actually improving? Here's the biggest twist. British food has changed a lot over the years. Decades ago, it had a reputation for being plain and overcooked. But today? Chefs across the UK are reinventing traditional dishes. Modern restaurants mix classic recipes with global influences. So the bad food reputation? It's slowly fading. 18. Why the difference exists. So why is there such a gap between fake and real? Because tourists see the highlight version, social media shows the prettiest plates, old stereotypes still exist, and everyday life isn't always glamorous. Real food isn't always photogenic. But it tells a more honest story. So we've talked about fish and chips, full English breakfasts, pies, pub food, meal deals, and the bland food stereotype. Now it's time to answer the big question: is UK food actually bad or just misunderstood? Let's expose the final myths. 19. The British people can't cook myth. One of the biggest stereotypes online is that British people simply can't cook. The fake claim: no flavor, no creativity, no skill. The reality: the UK has produced some of the most famous chefs in the world. Restaurants across the country have Michelin stars. Cooking shows are hugely popular. Home baking is a national hobby. Shows like competitive baking programs have massive audiences, proving that food culture is very much alive. The idea that British people can't cook mostly comes from outdated wartime history, when rationing limited ingredients. But modern Britain? Very different story. 20. Rainy weather equals comfort food. Here's something many outsiders miss. The UK's climate shapes its cuisine. Cold winds, grey skies, rainy afternoons. That's why dishes are warm, filling, and heavy: stews, roasts, mashed potatoes, gravy. They're not designed to look trendy on Instagram. They're designed to make you feel warm and satisfied. When you understand the weather, the food makes sense. 21. Multicultural Britain changed everything. This is where the fake vs real difference becomes huge. Tourists often search only for traditional British food. But real British food culture today is multicultural. Indian curries, Pakistani grills, Caribbean spices, Turkish kebabs, Chinese takeaways, these aren't foreign foods anymore. They're part of everyday UK life. For many families, a Friday night curry or a late night kebab is more common than fish and chips. That's the real modern UK plate. 22. Social media vs everyday reality. Let's be honest. Social media loves extremes. It either shows the most beautiful Sunday roast ever or the saddest looking beans on toast plate, but everyday food lives in the middle. Not perfect. Not terrible. Just normal. And normal doesn't go viral. 23. Is UK food underrated? Here's the surprising truth. British food might actually be underrated. It's not flashy like Italian cuisine. It's not spicy like Thai food. It's not delicate like Japanese dishes. But it has something powerful: comfort. Warm pies on cold evenings. Tea during stressful days. Sunday roasts with family. Food isn't always about excitement. Sometimes it's about feeling at home. 24. The final verdict: fake vs real. So is UK food fake? No. Is it misunderstood? Absolutely. The fake version is over-romanticized for tourists, over-criticized by stereotypes, oversimplified by social media. The real version is practical, comfort-focused, multicultural, sometimes messy, but deeply rooted in tradition. It's not trying to impress the world. It's trying to feed real people living real lives. And maybe that's what makes it authentic. 25. The biggest surprise. The biggest difference isn't in the food itself. It's in expectations. If you expect luxury, you might be disappointed. If you expect comfort, you might fall in love with it. Because at the end of the day, UK food isn't about perfection. It's about familiarity. Final OUTRO, strong ending. So next time someone says, British food is terrible, you'll know better. It's not fake. It's not a joke. It's just different. And sometimes, different doesn't mean bad. It just means you haven't tried it the right way yet. If you enjoyed this 3-part series, drop a comment and tell me, which country's food should we compare next, fake vs real? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because trust me, the world's food myths are just getting started. 1. Fish and chips, tourist dream vs local reality. When people think of UK food, the first thing that pops into their head is fish and chips. The fake version: golden, crispy fish. Perfect thick-cut chips. Neatly wrapped in vintage newspaper. Served by the seaside. Looks amazing, right? The real version, okay, yes, fish and chips is real British food. But here's the difference, locals don't eat it every week. It's more of a Friday night takeaway treat. Also, that cute newspaper wrapping? Not real anymore. It's usually just plain paper for hygiene reasons. And let's be honest, sometimes the chips are a little soggy. Sometimes there's too much grease. But when it's good, it's really good. So not fake, just romanticized. 2. Full English breakfast, everyday meal or weekend treat. You've seen it, sausages, bacon, eggs, beans, mushrooms, grilled tomatoes, toast, maybe even black pudding. The fake idea, British people wake up every morning and eat a massive full English breakfast. The real truth, no one has time for that every day. A full English breakfast is more of a weekend thing or something you order at a cafe. Most people grab cereal, toast, or just coffee before work. And yes, baked beans for breakfast is completely normal in the UK. It might look strange to outsiders, but Brits love it. So the meal is real, but that everyday tradition part? Definitely exaggerated. 3. British food is bland, myth or fact. A lot of people say British food is boring, beige, and flavorless. The fake stereotype, boiled vegetables. No seasoning. Just salt and pepper. No spice. The real picture, modern UK food is incredibly diverse. Why? Because the UK is multicultural. Walk through London, Manchester, or Birmingham and you'll find Indian, Pakistani, Caribbean, Chinese, Middle Eastern, and African restaurants everywhere. In fact, one of the UK's most popular dishes isn't even originally British, it's chicken tikka masala. So yes, traditional dishes might be simple. But calling UK food bland in 2025? That's outdated. 4. Afternoon tea, daily habit or fancy event. When people imagine the UK, they picture elegant afternoon tea with tiny sandwiches and scones. The fake version, British people dress up daily and sip tea with cucumber sandwiches at 4 p.m. The real version, afternoon tea is more of a special occasion experience. Birthdays. Celebrations. Tourists. Fancy hotels. What's real? Drinking tea. British people genuinely love tea. But it's usually a simple mug of tea with milk, not a royal tea party. And no, not everyone uses fancy china cups at home. 5. Supermarket ready meals, the hidden reality here's something tourists don't usually see. While visitors search for traditional pubs, many locals are buying ready meals from supermarkets. Microwave pasta. Pre-packaged curries. Frozen pizza. Busy lifestyle equals quick meals. The home-cooked British roast every Sunday does happen, but not in every household, every week. Real life is practical. 6. Sunday roast, Instagram vs real platter. Yes, the famous Sunday roast. Roast beef, crispy potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, gravy, vegetables. The fake image, perfectly plated. Crispy everything. Beautiful lighting. The real version, sometimes the potatoes are slightly burnt. The gravy floods the plate. The Yorkshire pudding collapses. But here's the thing, it still tastes amazing. Sunday roast is less about looking perfect and more about family time. And that's something Instagram doesn't show. 7. British desserts, more than you think. People think UK desserts are just pudding. But there's sticky toffee pudding, apple crumble, Victoria sponge cake, banoffee pie, and more. The fake idea, British desserts are boring. Reality, they're simple but comforting. Warm custard. Soft sponge. Sweet caramel sauces. They're not always fancy, but they hit differently on a cold rainy day. 8. Portion sizes, smaller than expected? If you're used to American portion sizes, UK portions might surprise you. They're generally smaller and less overloaded. That giant stack of pancakes you see online? Probably from a trendy cafe, not a regular home kitchen. Real UK. Meals are filling, but not extreme. 9. The weather and food connection. Here's something people don't realize. UK weather is often cold, grey, and rainy. That's why traditional foods are heavy and comforting: pies, stews, roasts. They're designed to keep you warm. So what looks heavy to outsiders actually makes sense in context. 10. So, is UK food fake? Here's the final truth. UK food isn't fake. But social media shows the polished version. The tourist version. The aesthetic version. Real UK food is sometimes greasy, sometimes simple, sometimes microwave-made, but often comforting and surprisingly diverse. The biggest difference isn't fake vs real. It's expectation versus reality. OUTRO. So next time someone says, British food is terrible, you'll know the truth. It's not about fancy presentation or viral photos. It's about comfort, tradition, and modern multicultural flavor. Now tell me, which UK dish would you actually try? Fish and chips? Full English? Or maybe a Sunday roast? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you want more fake vs real food comparisons from around the world. Because trust me, you haven't seen anything yet.